Hello, my beautiful, intelligent, truth-seeking, beloved people watching this video. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Welcome back if you're here again. Today's video, we're going to be talking about my favorite books. I absolutely love reading, and right now, who knows when you're watching this, but we are currently in quarantine. This is June 2020, and I figured maybe some people are looking for books to read or just looking to learn. This channel is all about learning and sharing information to better ourselves. The books I have, some are focused on self-development and spirituality, just because I love all things metaphysical, and reading is basically being able to step out and go somewhere else. You can go anywhere with a book, and it's always been my form of escape. And I think that it's often been said that really intelligent people read a lot, and I've kind of fallen off of my reading schedule, and definitely want to get back on that because I just have an abundance of books. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'll start with the easier books to read. These three are all, what is this called? What type of books is this called? A fiction, I guess. They're like stories. My favorite, absolute favorite book is this one. It's called Rita by Paulo Coelho. He is also the author of The Alchemist. So I suggest, if you want a really quick, fun, just enlightening book to read, The Alchemist is really awesome. Sometimes the hardest part about reading, you think, oh my god, like I have to read this super giant book and I'm never going to finish it, and there's all these chapters, which I fall fault to because I hardly finish books, but these two are books that I've finished. So Rita is a young Irish girl who's been interested in various aspects of magic. I love reading about magic, the supernatural, the metaphysical. That is my jam. So this is a girl, she's interested in magic and she's searching for more. So she meets a really wise man who lives in the forest, and so it's kind of like a really awesome love story. She's kind of, is learning to be a witch and magic, and it's just a fun freaking book. And I read it so fast. Yeah, it's just a tale of love, passion, mystery, and spirituality. Paulo Coelho is really awesome. He was born in Rio de Janeiro, and his books are just so easy to read. Shall I read a quote? I love. They were naked in each other's arms, and they felt neither cold nor shame. Ooh, you know what I would really love? To get paid to read books. Throw that manifestation out there, boo. This is what the forest taught me, that you will never be mine, and that is why I will never lose you. You are my hope during my days of loneliness, my anxiety during moments of doubt, my certainty during moments of faith. It's just about love and magic. Oh, there's a really awesome prayer in here. So, the magus turned to face the sun and closed his eyes. We are human beings, Lord, and we do not know our own greatness. Lord, give us the humility to ask for what we need, because no desire is vain and no request is futile. Each of us knows how best to feed our own soul. Give us the courage to see our desires as coming from the fount of your eternal wisdom. Only by accepting our desires can we begin to understand who we are. Amen. Lord, help me understand that all good things in life that happen to me do so because I deserve them. Wow. Help me understand that what moves me to seek out your truth is the same force that moved the saints, and the doubts I have are the same doubts that the saints had. So yeah, he's teaching her how to pray. Pretty fantastic, beautiful stuff. It's not a religious book or anything like that. But it's just a really fun book to read, and if you're a witch, if you like witchy things, if you're, into that sort of stuff and just want a cool book to kind of get you through, I suggest Rita. And The Alchemist is kind of like another love story. I'm a hopeless romantic and I love love stories, but I love love stories with mystery and magic. So The Alchemist is just fantastic. We have some organic pads for your period there. Yeah, he's kind of on this trip looking for something and seeking something. One of my favorite quotes from this book is, "It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting." He's an adventurer looking for treasure, ultimately. So if you want a quick book to read, that's another one. These are really short books too. And this book, oh my god. This is Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. There is a movie which I have yet to watch, which kind of gained a lot of notoriety for the book, but this is actually not fiction. This is a true story, I guess, because it's written by the author as she travels to a few countries. She goes to Italy, India, and Indonesia, and I'm currently still in India with her. And God, this book, every time I pick it up, it just seems to completely relate to what I'm going through at the moment. She just gets divorced from her husband. She's kind of having this spiritual awakening. She doesn't know what to do. She finds herself like on the floor, just not even knowing how to pray and talk to God. And kind of goes through this spiritual journey about, realizing life's pleasures and dedication. She goes to ashram in India and just learns all of these things about meditation and facing what we're going through inside. And God, it's easily written. It's like your best friend wrote this book. This is where she's having serious trouble. She says, "I'm in serious trouble, and I'm sorry I haven't ever spoken directly to you before," as she talks to God. "For all the blessings that you've given me in my life." You should watch my video on prayer too, or read these books. And she goes, "This thought caused me to sob even harder. God waited me out. I pulled myself together enough to go on. I am not an expert at praying, as you know. But can you please help me? I'm in desperate need of help. I don't know what to do. I need an answer. Please tell me what to do. Please tell me what to do. Please tell me what to do." And so the prayer narrowed itself down to the simple entreaty. "Please tell me what to do," repeated again and again. When she's asked the question, "What kind of God do you believe in?" her answer is easy. She says, "I believe in a magnificent God." It's a good question. So, yeah, it's just super relatable. It's just a really fantastic book. Here's another quote. "Every time a diminishing thought arises, I repeat the vow. I will not harbor unhealthy thoughts anymore." She talks about, she talks about leaving her lover behind, and it's just a great book. Read it if you're on a spiritual journey. Read it if you're bored. She describes, like I said, I've only read the first two sections of the book. I completed in Italy, and I think she's probably going to leave India soon. It's just a really sweet, compassionate book, and yes, try it out. It's funny. All right, so now we're going to go into the spiritual books. So if you haven't gotten to realize that yet, I just love seeking out knowledge. Science is kind of our material world, and there's just something, like, I'm always thinking that there's something more out there, and I love just learning about the outside of our world and bringing it into me. And sometimes when you read these books, like all of these books that I've mentioned so far and the ones that I'm going to mention next, although they were books, I still related to real life experiences similar in my real life. And so your life is its own book. It's its own journey. The Book of Chakra Healing by Liz Simpson. This is when I bought this book from Paramount Imports when I first started kind of my spiritual awakening and learning about chakras and energy and things like that. And there's so much information on the internet that it's hard to find the truth or something really good. And I really trust that shop, so they always have really great books. And this one is just, it goes through all the chakras. It has details about, archetypes. It tells you about it's the chakra characteristics. It talks about the goals, what the chakra looks like when it's too open or blocked or unbalanced. And then it also gives you examples on how to create an altar for that chakra. It gives you exercises for the specific chakra, crystals for the chakra, meditation for the chakra. We opened up to sacral chakra, so maybe we need some sacral chakra healing, boo-boo. And what else? And then it gives you a meditation. Oh, and some questions you can ask yourself and some affirmations for the chakra. This is just an all-encompassing book for chakras. Will recommend. I probably only spent, it looks like $15 on it. Check it out. It's great. This little book. This is one of my favorite books, and quite frankly, I haven't picked it up in a long time. But this is The Woman's Book of Soul by Sue Patterson Thowell. So that's Sue, oh God, I said that completely wrong. Sue Patton Thowell. So Sue Patton and then last name Thoele. I think I got this book when I was going to school. But I love it because it's a spirituality, personal growth book. And it's just a bunch of little, 2-page excerpts. And let's see, I'll read you one. This one says, Realizing God's Love. What should we pick? I also love books because you can do this thing. It's a spiritual practice that I like to do where I'll just open up a book to a random page, and that's the message we are going to learn or whatever. Ooh, so we opened up to page 284. This is Empowering Ourselves Through Praise. How many times do we congratulate ourselves? How many more times do we criticize ourselves? Congratulating is energizing. Criticizing is debilitating. At the end of a therapy year, Meg lamented, I haven't accomplished anything all year long. That literally felt like me today. I was like, I need to make a video. I haven't done shit. So, from my perspective, she'd done amazing things and healed in wonderful and courageous ways. To help her change her habitual self-criticism, like, comment, subscribe, you can relate, I gave her a sheet of little gold stars and asked her to make a list of her accomplishments for the year, both inner and outer, and to give herself a star for each. When she came back the next week with the list, she was amazed at how many stars she'd been able to give herself. Having changed her self-criticism to self-congratulations, her attitude was entirely different. She laughed more easily and felt excited, energized, and empowered. That's how I hope you feel after reading these books and being here on my channel, and sending you Reiki for that. Being a good friend to ourselves means that we have the courage to stop crippling ourselves with criticism and learn instead to compliment and congratulate ourselves. We can make it a habit to gold star ourselves and become empowered through praise. And then she has a little excerpt at the end of each one. I congratulate myself for all the good things I do, say, and think. I deserve gold stars. Wow, that's so sweet. So it's just empowering, uplifting messages that you can relate to. And it says women, but I mean, I feel like this is good for anyone. So, moving towards acceptance. Difficult feelings flow through me like clouds moving through the sky. I am a survivor and thriver. I've had this book for quite some time, and wow, this is crazy. So I wrote on here, I guess you can't really tell, but May 18th, 2018. This is crazy. I had gone out of a relationship, and the relationship kind of turned a little sour at the end. And I wrote, as I finally depart from SJ to Reno, I was going to see my friend graduate in Reno. I was supposed to go with my significant other, but that didn't happen. So I wrote, I see the clouds. I am in the air. I am at peace with myself. Because no mistake defines me, but shapes me into a better soul. All negative emotions shall pass. I was feeling just kind of down, but this one was about moving towards acceptance. So she talks, although acceptance isn't easy. Oh, and if you want to watch my video on self-love and self-care, watch my video on mental health, helping yourself with low self-esteem and lack of confidence. I talked about signs that you're feeling that way, and the main thing was accepting those things. And when you accept something, you're then able to basically readjust and shift. If you accept something, you have power. So acceptance isn't easy. It's facilitated when we reform and reframe crisis through rewording how we think and talk about ourselves. So basically, yeah, this book is the Woman's Book of Soul. It's basically just thought-provoking. It's a collection of daily meditations, even though I don't really feel like it's a meditation, but I guess a meditation is kind of just when you meditate on something, especially like words, it's more just like focusing on it and thinking about it. So they're, like I said, they're very thought-provoking. They have encouraging and inspiring affirmations and practical advice for women. These spiritual touchstones can be read over and over to help overcome anxiety, gain self-esteem, and improve relationships. These loving reflections teach us to listen and to act on the wisdom of our hearts, providing a lifetime of spiritual nourishment. That's perfect. That is really what this book is. It just provides nourishment, a gentle, much-needed tool for finding wisdom within ourselves. So would recommend if you're going through maybe a tough time right now, when things are challenging. This book's great. Now, this book, oh my God, so it is my fear of failure that first kept me from attempting the master work. Now I am beginning what I could have started 10 years ago. This is how I feel about my YouTube journey. But I'm happy at least that I didn't wait 20 years. So crazy. This book is called Journey of the Souls, Case Studies of Life Between Lives by Michael Newton, PhD. Okay. Yeah, this book, so a little backstory on how I got it. I visited my grandmother, love her, she passed away. Before she passed away, we spent Thanksgiving with her, and we went to the mall, before coronavirus, and there is a bookstore there, a used bookstore. That's the only thing. I love used bookstores. All these books were all used, quite frankly, except I guess the Chakra book. And I bought Rita. The Alchemist was a gift to me. But a lot of these I often buy used. So, but I guess since I'm telling you about them, you probably won't buy them used. But anyways, yeah, so I went to a used bookstore. I found this book. I thought it was interesting because it says it uncovers for the first time the mysteries of life and the spirit world after death on earth. It talks about how it feels to die, what you see and feel right after death, spiritual guides, how you choose another body to return to earth. He basically puts people into hypnosis. And yeah, I quite frankly, I'm not really sure why I picked it up. I probably just thought it was interesting thinking about like souls and death because that's just so intriguing to me. And, oh shoot, my bookmark fell out. Darn. But anyways, I picked it up and I didn't open it. I have this habit of buying a bunch of books and just keeping them. But eventually I ultimately did get back to it. My grandma had passed away. My mom was having a really tough time. She's the first person in my life to have passed away. Not only was she very close to me, but I loved her so dearly, and we didn't really get to say goodbye to her fully, as most people would want to. But anyways, a lot of questions arise when people pass away, when people you love, when you experience death. And I don't know what made me, I picked this book back out of my shelf, and oh my God, it's just so intriguing. I also just recently started learning about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. So when I realized that he was a hypnotherapist, I was like, oh my God, because I don't think I was really into it when I had picked up the book. And he puts people in hypnosis, and they basically recount their last death. if you believe in past lives and reincarnation, which I sure do. And it's just fascinating. It's really easy to read. It talks about just displaced souls when you leave this world, just what it's like to die, and just people go under hypnosis. And he's a doctor, and I like reading books by doctors. Not that that means much. Well, I guess it does mean something. Don't get me wrong, but it's just interesting. What I meant to say is I love when doctors write spiritual books. That's my boo. Okay. So, yeah, if you're just interested in what it's like when you die, if you're interested in past life, if you're interested in hypnotherapy, this is a really good book. Journey of Souls. I haven't finished reading it. Okay. This book, oh my god. So this book is kind of a lot to handle. So we're on the spiritual side of books. I don't know if I mentioned that. This one's called Remember. This is by Steve Rother and the group. So the reason I got this book, I'll tell you a little bit about it on the back. It says, discover and step into your Plan B contract, purposely craft your own reality, create your own version of home on earth, adjust to new levels of vibration affecting your biology, rediscover your gifts and tap into your own guidance and remember your power. I was like, wow. I just love that type of stuff. Is like how you would kidnap me, like how you would lure me in. So like I said, this book is great if you're looking to just be intrigued by something different about life. So what he does, he kind of channels information and content from the group, which I just love. Like, that is fantastic. We all have the ability to channel, but he channels just really inspiring messages and just talks about life and your purpose. And yeah, it's just, like I said, I haven't finished reading it, but I was so inspired because it talks about, powers of creation and scripting and repeating numbers. And so if you're kind of going through a spiritual awakening, maybe you're seeing things, maybe you're connecting dots, it's just a really interesting book. I feel like that's not a good explanation of this book, but it talks about light workers. So if you feel like you're a light worker, pick this one up. This one I got for free because someone who works at this publishing company, New Harbinger, brought a bunch of really great books. And this one is about, so this is Soul Conversations. It's written by a medium, and she tells you how to cultivate your intuition, heal your heart, and connect with the divine. It's by Austin Wells. And so that is just, to me, fantastic. I want to learn more about my intuition. I want to learn how to heal my heart, connect with the divine. This one is about exploring soul-to-soul communication with loved ones, animals, and spirit guides. It's about strengthening your connection to nature, reclaiming the gift of beauty, your authentic self. This really got me. It says, are you seeking a more fulfilling spiritual life? Do you dream of nurturing your relationship with beloved friends and family, both living and in the afterlife? As spiritual beings, we're all connected to each other, as well as the infinite power of the universe. Yeah, and the author has experience in grief counseling, spirit communication, hypnotherapy again, shamanism, and energy medicine. It's just really good content in here. So she gives you exercises you can do to connect with the divine, to be spiritual. She talks about pendulums, how to receive guidance, meditation. This book also came with guided meditations, which I love, like recorded guided meditations that you can listen to online, and just questions for self-reflection. It's about strengthening your psychic gifts. Yeah, this one's cool if you're looking for like actual things to do in terms of spirituality and connecting with the divine. Yeah. And we're almost wrapping up. These last two books are just kind of books that I want to share because I think spirituality goes hand in hand with healing. And this book is just, I think is just relevant right now. So we're going through coronavirus, obviously. But I picked this book up. It's called Your Mind Can Heal You by Frederick Bales. There is this idea, notion, whatever, that I believe in, that your mind can heal you. I definitely think medicine and doctors and all have their place and have brought us really far, but I think that there is an amazing power in our mind. And originally I wanted to heal my eyesight with my mind, because I know that my mind messed up my eyes because I wanted to wear glasses so much when I was little. I probably had good vision, and I think that my mind fucked up my vision. Bleep that out, whatever. I don't know if I can say that on here. And so in any case, and I've also struggled with like acne and just digestive issues. And essentially he just talks about the subconscious mind and how your mind can heal you, and quantum physics, and how thoughts cause illness, and how we know that mental states cause illness. I found that was really interesting. He talks about, the mind, body, and soul. He talks about healing thoughts. He talks about how faith is connected with healing. He talks about giving spiritual treatments, actual cases of healing. And yeah, he just talks about how in medical science, the first law of healing is to remove the cause, but the cause has usually been sought in the body tissues. We can see that the fundamental cause of most sickness lies in the mind. The real cause of sickness is found in tangled emotions, in the fears and anxieties, the jealousies and envies, the frustrations and bafflements of men and women to achieve happiness and to meet the demands of modern life. Childhood impressions and teachings may be contributory causes. The impact of the myriad mind that surrounds them has a determining influence. The conversations of friends and relatives affects them. And now this is not to say that all illnesses is caused by the mind, or we bring these illnesses onto us. Like, I think about children who have cancer, but I think that there should be some truth to thinking that our sicknesses are caused in the mind. If we're so anxious, if we have depressive thoughts, that's going to affect our body. And I think that if we can learn to heal ourselves with our mind, how friggin' fantastic is that? Look up. I also would recommend, if that's something that you're interested in, your mind healing your body, Dr. Joe Dispenza is really awesome, and I really love him too. He has like some YouTube stuff on healing your body. Hi, Javon, can you see him back there? I can. Okay, and the last book I'm going to end with, this is a really, really fantastic book, and although I did not keep up with it, I'm going to hop back on it. Maybe we can do like a YouTube channel. This one I would really love to do a book club with, because it is so easy to read, so easy to implement. It's really effective, and it really does cause real change in your life. I saw real change in my life with this book. It's called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and she is also the author of The Secret. I haven't read The Secret yet, but I picked up The Magic clearly because of the title. And it's about understanding and how to use gratitude to really change your life. So it's 28 days, and each day offers a different practice, and you build upon those practices every day. So for example, like the first one is, I believe, just a gratitude list, just like writing 10 things that you're grateful for. She gives a little foreword and tells you what to do every single day, and every single day you build upon it. And I actually wrote what things actually started manifesting for me. Like, this book works. If you want to manifest things into your life, if you want to be happier, if you want to bring better things into your life, read this book. It's awesome. All you have to do is read a few pages every day and do what she tells you. And it's simple stuff. It's like journaling. It's like writing. It's like saying a few words. It's so easy. So if you're complaining about your life, read this book. Like, for example, and she also gives quotes. It's just so fantastic. So day 1 is count your blessings. When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around, said Willie Nelson. When you're grateful for things you have, no matter how small they may be, you will see those things instantly increase. So last year on the 22nd, my car battery turned off, and I actually did this first thing, this first page, and it turned out that I could actually get a free battery at the auto shop that we went to. I began to feel really thankful for my car, my safety, money, and family. And because I was bummed out, I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to buy a new battery. And then I was like, you know what? I have money to buy the battery. I'm grateful I have a car. I'm grateful for my family. My dad was going to help me go get it. And I ended up getting a new battery that day. And all I did was write down some gratitude list. I just wrote, like, I'm truly blessed to have blank because blank. That's all you got to do. So, yeah, it's about, it's just a magical book about expressing gratitude and practicing gratitude. And so you practice gratitude over 28 days so that you impregnate your cells and your subconscious mind with it. Only then will your life change permanently. So I feel like this is a good note to leave off on. All these books were fantastic. If you've read any of these books, if you go out and buy these books, let me know in the comments. They're fantastic. I really want to start a book club with this one. I think that we can all do it. I think I stopped on day I stopped on day 8. And day 9 was about money. So we're going to hop back on this. So yeah, I just encourage you all to read. Reading is so good for the soul, so good for the mind. To me, it's an escape. I know some people say I don't like to read. That's false. You just haven't found a book you like to read. So find a book you like to read. It will probably change your life. Reading is good for your brain. It's like an awesome, good distraction. Reading your alone time. Read things you like. Learn, seek out knowledge. Period. Bye.